Johnson is about to have her third baby. Janine and husband Chris know the sex of the baby. It's a boy. They've named him Dylan. They also know their son has Down syndrome and a congenital heart defect. It's an emergency cesarean. They're tears of fear. She does not want to lose this baby.
Oh, hitting me now. So hitting home. Yeah, I'm just fear that he's not going to make it, really. I'm sure he will, but it's always a fear.
The North Shore couple had always wanted a third child. From the moment they knew Janine was pregnant, they saw themselves as a tight family of 5.
We have the day. 8 weeks to go. Baby Dylan will be here.
But Janine's first scan, 13 weeks into her pregnancy, indicated something was wrong with baby Dylan. These images were used to measure the nuchal fold at the back of the baby's neck. It's known that this will be abnormally thick in a child who has Down syndrome.
Time came to tell me and my husband something is majorly wrong with your baby, and the earth may as well have opened up and sunk me in, because it was bad. He says to me, your baby looks like it's got trisomy 13 or 18, which is not compatible with life, and 50% chance Down syndrome. Then he went on to say, I hope for your sake that the baby aborts itself in the next 2 weeks so you don't have to make any decisions. I was numb, you know, numb as anything. Probably 5 minutes I didn't cry, and then the tears just came out, and it's like reality has hit. It's real.
A second test 2 weeks later confirmed this baby has Down syndrome. Janine was told she could terminate the pregnancy.
You know, you're getting told these other things, these options and stuff, and it's like, well, it's not an option. You know, you've got a living baby inside you. As far as I'm concerned, that's that.
Well, Dylan, this is going to be your room, and as you can see, this is what it looks like before. This is when Brandon had your room. Got some cool stuff up on the walls, astronaut stuff and a couple of hot rod cars. I'll teach you all about building cars and engines and stuff like that. Just take you downstairs and show you the man cave, show you how to use the tools.
Chris says to me, it's not an option. He said, but I support you 110%. Whatever decision you make, I'm with you.
How's that, Paigey? Good job.
Oh,
Janine was 20 weeks pregnant when she invited us to be part of her journey.
Oh, excuse me, I'm just having another contraction.
Oh, you're right.
Braxton Hicks. Oh, have a feel of that.
The family understands that Dylan will have both physical and intellectual disabilities, yet they're not daunted by the potential challenges.
You know, I think it's one of those situations that either defines us as a family or it can break us. It's our choice, and it's our choice to take it on a positive light. It is a positive thing.
It is.
We're having a new boy. I mean, you know, what more could we ask for?
A bit anxious about the whole thing. I'm excited because it's my little baby coming out. You know, it's all exciting as well. But you know, I've got that nervous in the back of my head. There's definitely the not knowing.
Yeah.
I just don't know what to expect in this situation. I hope he's going to be okay. That's our biggest concern.
But you were telling me the other day that you had a little bit of a freak out.
I just met a friend of mine that's got a Down syndrome child, and they went through a lot of very sad times with this little baby, and he just said, you know, things are going to be tough. It is going to be really tough at the beginning and that, but he said, now look now though, you know, but that really kind of hit home to me.
Chris works as a tattooist. It's long hours, often working till 9 p.m. at night. He realises a lot of the care of the new baby will fall on Janine's shoulders.
I know that Janine, by nature, she's the type of person that emotionally she'll look like she's folding when a problem is presented to her, but then she overcomes it so quickly. She tends to go through it more emotionally than I, but she comes out twice as strong as I do, you know? So it's just her own journey. And initially I kind of freak out a little bit that she's so upset, but then I just always remind myself, you know what, at the end of the day, Chris, she's going to come out twice as strong as me, and she'll come out much smarter, and she evolves to the situation, so that's good.
Okay, that's coming through. And we'll get the scan done.
A further scan brings fresh concern. Dylan has a hole in his heart. It's common. 40% of babies with Down syndrome have a heart condition,
Waiting.
but they don't know the extent of the problem.
Okay. Do you know what you're having? Do you know if it's
Boy.
Okay, so I can say he
Okay,
without revealing.
Baby Dylan.
They're in expert hands. Dr. Emma Parry is head of the fetal medical unit at Auckland Hospital.
So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to focus on those measurements to start with, all right? What baby's head there, we'll get rid of the adnexa sign. Okay, oh, wobbling around.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, come on now, behave. Transducer, it's red.
Dylan
It's blue.
obliges, moving into a position where Dr. Parry can see his heart and the scale of the hole.
So the thing I can see here is that there's one valve there. Okay, so that's going.
Sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. That's going from the left atrium through to the left ventricle, and the other valve here from the right atrium through to the right ventricle. And where these valves come across here, they're all in kind of one line, and that's a little clue that tells me in this view that there is an AV canal defect. Can you see this black hole here? And you can see that's the gap.
Oh, that's
Exactly.
the hole in the heart.
Yeah. Okay. So we can see that quite nicely there. And this is.
Is it quite a big hole in the heart?
But yeah, I mean they usually are with these. Yeah. I'm not going to answer much more about that because, to be honest with you, I'm not the expert in interpreting what happens afterwards. Can I stay in care of my report?
Dylan will need an operation to repair his heart, but there's good news from the cardiologist too.
Basically, the chambers of the heart are the normal size. Sometimes babies with this problem can have one chamber that's small and that can be problematic. Your baby doesn't. The way out of the heart to the body and to the lungs is normal size, so you know everything's pretty much standard from that perspective. There's a tiny little bit of leakage in one of the heart valves, but it's really minor and it's nothing more than what we usually see, so it's nothing to be fussed about.
So I'm going to try and have a look at baby's movements, check it's swallowing and doing all the right things.
After the daunting information,
really
it's a
good
relief
for-
to see a 4D
actually
scan
for
of
bonding.
Dylan thriving.
Okay. When you're in a situation where you're worrying about a baby and stuff, then this can be really helpful for bonding. There we go. Yeah, no, that's just because I'm on phone calls. Don't panic. Now, don't laugh because I need you to keep nice and still. All right.
Oh my goodness.
That's fantastic. That's probably the best shot we've had yet.
Oh, looks like.
That's cool. That's a lovely shot.
He does look really cute. Who does he look like?
Chris.
Is he gonna have more hair than you?
Probably not.
We all live in hope.
His little hand coming up here.
Oh,
That is
There we
incredible.
go.
whoa.
So you
that
can see-
is amazing.
Yeah, he just looks very happy in there. Just looks like he's just cruising all
Snuggled
around.
up.
Just, yeah, sort of just resting in there. Looks very content. What's that picture of there, Paigey?
Dylan.
Is that his face?
Yeah.
Is that his nose?
Do you know where his eyes are?
Good boy, that's perfect. Dylan's got a problem with his heart, all right, and he's going to have an operation. And what's wrong with the heart?
It's got a hole in it.
Good boy, that's right. And it turns out it's the most common type of heart problem that Down's kids have.
But the cardiologist said to me today that they stopped the heart, and I was just, what? You know, it's all bit scary to me. I have total faith in the surgeon, so that's not a problem, but still, as a mum, it's really scary.
Hi Chris, I'm Hayley. Nice to meet you. Oh, yeah, no, we haven't met.
Janine's trying to learn as much as she can. There are 2 kids at Brandon's school who have Down syndrome. Janine has sought out the mums for support and advice.
How are you, darling? All right. Good. Thanks. That's right.
Paige is
That's
right.
right.
You're so clever.
We couldn't tell Nova we were going to see Paige.
Not hiding anything. It's a baby.
These other 2 mums had no idea their unborn babies had Down syndrome.
To actually give birth to a baby and then find out, it must have been
Shocked.
Yeah, so how did you react?
Shocked. Didn't want to know about it. Didn't handle it, basically, to start with. And I didn't want to see him, had nothing to do with him. And yeah, it was my husband was the one that sort of brought me around to it. But as I said to you, it took me a few days to even say hello to Jaden and meet my new baby. Yeah, and I'd say it took me a good year.
Okay.
Personally, say a good year to even come to say I could love my child. I mean, I'd never change Jaden now for the world.
No.
He's part of our family and all that. But yeah. Can Mum go and sit in his chair? Oh, you're going to go and sit in his chair.
How has his Down syndrome affected him?
Yeah, well, yes, you compare him with a typical 7-year-old and what your son's doing now compared to Jaden. Your son's probably in sports teams and involved in sports and activities and can talk to kids and communicate. And Jane just doesn't have that communication. He's getting there slowly, but it's slow. Everything takes longer. Boo. It's affecting everyone, not just Jaden. It affects the whole family, Jaden having Down syndrome. And for him, he doesn't understand he has Down syndrome at the moment. So it hasn't affected him. He just thinks he's one of the kids. He thinks he can do just everything with the kids, and why shouldn't he? And that's how we treat him and bring him up.
You can do it. Over here. You want to go up here?
I can't get up.
What about one hand there and stretch across?
No.
Yeah, you can do it. Look. You did it. We didn't know until she was born, and actually when she was born she was taken away from us quite quickly, in the same room, but it was all kind of alarms, bells and whistles, and the midwife actually she placed herself in between Lily May and myself, so I actually couldn't see my baby, and probably after about 15 minutes she was passed back to me, and at that point I was actually asked, does she look like your other children did? As soon as she asked me that, and I held my baby in my arms, I looked and I said, she has Down syndrome. And wow, it was a huge shock.
Lily May also had surgery for a heart condition similar to baby Dylan.
Lily May was very unwell from birth, I guess, with her heart condition. And although she was very small, they decided they had to operate at 6 weeks to repair her heart condition because she was in congestive heart failure. You want me to spin it? Yeah. Fast or slow?
Fast.
Fast? You sure?
Yeah.
Oh, you're brave. Like that? The surgeons and everybody involved, even to this day, are just blown away that she came through it. Firstly, and that she came through it as well as she has.
So that is one thing that is really frightening to me, is my little boy's going to have heart surgery. It's a very scary thing. So to know someone that has had been through it, and I see her running around and just being a normal child, it's like, wow, that makes me just feel so much, just so much better. It just gives me that confidence.
Sorry.
I'm getting a bit emotional.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't done this in a long time.
It's all right, but we're really close, it's close to home.
It is, and it's the unknown.
By complete coincidence, Chris meets another dad at his tattoo studio who has 2 daughters with Down syndrome. The dad is laid back, a guy Chris can relate to.
So I was a dad, found out that my kid's Downs, and you know, there was a lot of information and a lot of knowledge out there for families and mums,
Right,
but
yeah.
not a dad's perspective.
Yeah.
But that's how I felt.
Yeah. The hugest thing I found is that a lot of people sort of just label them, the kids with Down syndrome, and they'll say, oh, that's so lovely and all this sort of thing, and they'll label them all exactly the same. But because I've got two in the family, I've
Yeah.
found that they're totally different from each other.
Yeah, there is no difference.
No, you're a dad exactly the same, and it's
Yeah.
just another kid. So, yeah, there is no difference.
They're individuals, and the situation
Absolutely.
presents itself as an individual situation.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
Make yourself useful, Tanya, and help me fold some clean baby washing.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, they're so tiny.
I know. It's hard to judge how tiny he's going to be, though, because that's actually to be quite big for a newborn.
Yeah. Week by week, Janine's become more prepared in every way. But it's important to her that her friends are on board. How was it telling, like, your girlfriends and stuff like that? Were they surprised that you decided to go ahead and keep the baby?
Not surprised that I would do something like that because they know my personality, and I just couldn't do the other thing that you know. But a lot of them were really nervous and just like they were like, oh my goodness, I couldn't do it.
How do you think he's going to develop?
He might have problems with his speech. Apparently that's quite a common one. So his talking might be a lot slower. He might not walk till he's 2. I know that that's very common in them as well. Just as, I suppose, his reading and all that will be slower. But then I hear that they have, if once they get set on a passion, they're incredible at that. Like it might be building motors, which, you know, he's probably got a very big chance of doing in my household, you know, and then he might be fixated on that and just put all his passion into that. It might be art, you know, but yeah, they do have, I think their milestones are definitely slower, what I've heard.
Does the rocking arms?
Good boy. And what happens is we haven't got them in there at the moment, but there's push rods in here. One of the very first things I learned being a parent is you never underestimate the individual's ability, ever. And that's the first mistake that I think any parent can make. Okay,
Yeah, well,
that's right, anti-clockwise, eh? Good boy. He may grow up and just not even be remotely interested in cars, but hopefully these are the good footsteps for him learning that he has the confidence to take on anything he wants. So, yeah.
Hi everyone, I'd just like to welcome you. My name is Melissa.
It's the baby shower, and so much more. To Janine, this is a declaration and a celebration of Dylan's life to come. Janine's aware not all the women here share her vision.
Well, I was 2 weeks less pregnant than her. My first thought was, oh my God, I hope that's not me as well.
I cried, but not in a negative sense, just in a, I guess it's a grief in the sense of grieving for what we thought she was expecting and, you know, that sort of thing.
From my perspective, I don't know if I would. It's a hard call, I mean, but I wouldn't know, I don't have children, so I can't relate. And I think, you know, if I'm in that position, I quite possibly would think differently.
It's very hard to know what decision I would have made because I have in my mind, I would have probably, my immediate response is I would have terminated because I've worked with children with disabilities and I've seen the spectrum of children with disabilities. But I also know in my heart that if I'd got to that point where you've totally connected with the baby, don't know that I would have been able to do it.
Yeah, people won't necessarily accept him, which is sad. Obviously, the true friends will be there and love him 100%. And so, yeah, that's a whole thing that they're going to have to, well, I'm sure they're aware of it.
When I spoke to the people at the gym, I said to them, this is what's happening. I don't know if you know. But when she tells you, please don't go, oh no, oh. Say, wow, congratulations, you know, because it's perspective. It's not a sad occasion, it's just perspective. So, yeah.
Yeah, people say I'm strong. It's Yeah, matter of opinion. I just think I'm being who I am, and I'm doing what I've got to do for my family and my little baby. So.
On the 13-week scan, as you all know, I probably rung pretty much every one of you, and found out at 14 weeks that we were having a little baby with Down syndrome.
Yep. That's
It's going to be cool. Yeah. It's been a real interesting and tough and emotional journey going through all this. He's so well loved already, and he's not even here yet. Absolutely. It's incredible. So I'm looking forward to meeting this little baby. So no, I just want to say thank you all so very much. Every single one of you. You've all touched my family's heart, my husband as well, every one of us. So thank you for being there. Yep. Most people, when I told them that I'm having a little baby with Down syndrome, they were all like, oh my goodness, your life is going to be totally ruined now. Most people think, yeah, that's the end of the world because, you know, oh my goodness, he's going to be with me for the rest of my life. Well, no, I mean, they can function really well. I mean, I've seen it.
It's tight. It's tighter here because
It's 6 weeks now until baby Dylan is due to be born. And the family has had some alarming news. Dylan has stopped growing.
We found out this week that Dylan's growth has possibly stopped.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit of a concern.
But nobody predicted this. Janine's 38 weeks pregnant and been rushed to theatre. A routine check has revealed Dylan's heart is under stress.
Pat put the baby on the heart monitor today, and I had quite a nasty contraction, and his heart rate plummeted right down, and they're very concerned about that. Best not wait till Monday, best to get him out today. Yeah.
He'll be fine.
Off to theatre. Another baby. I'm really excited about meeting this little angel, as that's what I call him now, my little angel. But I also am very anxious about his condition and for his medical side of it with his heart. So, you know, I'm going to be going through a roller coaster, my husband and I, and the kids, and my family, because, you know, they're part of this as well.
Okay. Baby's coming in. Okay. What cold blood as well. Come in.
Overwhelming. Just takes your breath and your words away. How you doing?
I'm blown away. He's absolutely beautiful. He's beautiful.
It's the ultimate moment in any delivery room. But Janine and Chris bonded with this baby months ago.